Hey, it's Jose here, and if you're a single dad, I want you to stick with me for just a few minutes because I want to have a little heart to heart with you, and I want to share a little bit about my story and most recently what's been going on with me. Um, you know, I consider myself a lucky guy. I have a pretty blessed life, and I have a lot of things that have taken me a while to get to. But if I were to rewind just the last 7 days for me, it's actually been a really rough week. And so much so that before I even started this video, I got a little knot in my shoulder and my neck. It was really tight and just tension that's been building up. It's just been a really difficult week for me. A lot's happening in my personal life and just stuff that I'm trying to deal with and go through. And I wanted to make this video because, if you watch some of my other videos, you'll notice, I tend to prepare and have notes and have a little script going, but I wanted to do this a little bit unscripted because I wanted to talk to you. If you're a single dad, whether it's recently or maybe you've been a single dad for a few months or a few years and it's been a while, I want to say a couple things to you. Just have that little heart to heart, as if we were face to face, having coffee, and just a lot of things that I've been reflecting on in my own personal life and things that I've gone through having been a single dad for about 4 years now. My kids have grown up now, and I haven't been actively in their life, but there was a period where I was actively in their life while trying to balance everything that I was going through in my own personal life and just trying to get back on my feet. And I guess without going into all the details, what I wanted to just tell you is that, whatever you're going through, whatever you're in, just know that you're not alone. There's men like me, thousands of men who have been through or are going through the exact same things that you have. Everything from heartbreak to mental health issues to financial struggles, debt, child support. You name it. I have been through it, and many other men have been through it. And I just want you to know that you're not alone, that we are aware of the struggle and the challenges it sometimes is to even just wake up in the morning, to have any sort of motivation to get up and go to work, or just to find your purpose in life, or figure out what the hell it is that you're supposed to do or that you want to do, and all the confusion and everything that comes with it. So just know that you're not alone. I've been there, and I realize that sometimes you feel like you're going around in a circle, but I want to tell you, having been through it and having found some hope and some life and love in my situation specifically, 4 years into being a single dad, I was able to gain a new perspective on life and see things in a new light, and see that not only was there hope for me, but there was hope for all men like me out there, that where it seems like you hit rock bottom and there's just no getting up from that. Now, kind of fast forward to today and even this week. Like I said, it's been a rough week for me, but I wanted to share a couple stories just to impart some insight and hopefully advice that could be useful to you. Like I said, I've been going through some things, and even through my personal relationship, figuring some stuff out, because I'm not perfect, and I don't have my life all put together, but I do put a lot of work into it. And I believe that I just believe in being genuine and transparent with everything. And last night I took a little time alone to reflect, and I was walking or biking down a trail that's close to my house, and I found some people playing some soccer on the field. So I kind of felt like approaching them, but I wasn't really in a social mood. So I went to the bleachers and I sat there and I watched for a little while. Within a minute, a girl approached me and introduced herself, very kind and sweet, and what's your name and everything. And we got to talking, and she's like, do you want to play? And I was like, well, sure. I thought it was some sort of an organized league, but it turns out it was pickup soccer, and something I'm very passionate about anyway. And ended up playing a game with them, met a bunch of cool dudes. She introduced me to everybody, and said, hey, you should come out here every Friday. We play 6 p.m. every Friday. And I already play in the league on Monday nights, but that was very necessary for me, not just to have that time to myself to think and reflect, but actually to talk to new people. And even though they were strangers, it was a fun game. It got my mind off of whatever I was dealing with. and it was very good for my mental health. So I guess that's something that I want you to use as advice, that, you know, if you're in a situation where you just feel incredibly alone, and I know loneliness is one of the biggest issues that single dads struggle with, you need to go for these walks, you need to go for these bike rides, you need to go and just talk to people, or just put yourself in a scenario where people might approach you in whatever social aspect you can possibly think of, right? You know, whether that's clubs, or I don't mean like nightclubs, I mean like organized events or groups, or just anything you can think of that you might have interest in, hobbies, whatever it is. Because last night I really needed that, and it just cleared my head, and it put me in a better mood, and I got to hang out with these bunch of dudes and some girls. It was like a co-ed team, a lot of fun. And then also this morning I got a call from, or last night I should say, because we had it this morning. I got a call from a guy that I consider to be kind of like a father figure to me, and he called incidentally right when I was going through some stuff and say, hey, do you want to have breakfast tomorrow? And then he invited another dude as well, and three of us just went to a cafe, had a good breakfast, had a good talk. These dudes are older than me. They're in their 50s, and I always resonate a lot with older gentlemen. I benefit a lot from their wisdom and their life experience, and we sat there for a good couple hours and just exchanged stories. And one of the dudes was telling us about his story, and just as I'm listening, I'm thinking how petty my little problems and struggles are when this guy's been through way worse than I have. And he's there just kind of like opening up to us, and I'm thinking, you know what, man, like I have to be in a place of gratitude, you know. And sometimes we have to do that. We have to separate ourselves from our own life and our problems, and maybe look at somebody else, and maybe try to talk to somebody and help them, and you know, see if somebody else might be in need. And I know it's hard to do sometimes when we're so self-involved and self-absorbed in this society, but you'd be surprised how much that helps to sort of put yourself in a service mentality and be like, hey, maybe I can be a shoulder to lean on for somebody else. And then you'd be surprised, you could strike up a friendship and things like that. And it's just, there's a lot that you can do to put yourself in a better position mentally and emotionally as a single dad. I personally, what I do in mentoring men with dating and relationships and love through swagacademy.com, this is a part of it. This is an element of our lives. It's not all that's important, especially when there's kids involved. We want to be good fathers to our children, but we also want to find love, and we want to find companionship and not be alone. You know, so that's a huge reason why I do what I do. But I realize that there's a bigger picture and a bigger scope in that. There's a lot of aspects to our mental health and our emotional health, and one of the biggest reasons I do this is every heartbreaking story I hear about dads taking their own life, and just situations that could be avoided by just plugging into something, talking to someone, being a part of a group, organization, club, whatever it is. There's too many men out there dealing with life all by themselves. There's too many men struggling with loneliness, depression, anxiety, stress, you know, financial burdens, you name it. And it's something that just, it breaks me, because I've been through it and barely clawed myself out. And that was with a support system, with a supportive family, and with my faith being grounded. So I can imagine how difficult it is for people that don't have those elements. So just in wrapping up this video, I just want to encourage you. And I know we're strangers on opposite sides of the screen, and we don't know each other personally, but I want you to know that whatever pain you feel, I have felt it before. And when I think back, and even when I go through little, you know, episodes, as I still, you know, my life isn't perfect. I still have things that I deal with. I remember all too well how that feels. And I just want you to know again that you're not alone. You really are not. And just keep fighting the good fight. Don't give up on yourself. Keep putting the work. You can find healing. You can find happiness. You can find peace. And you just have to be willing to put in that work, and also you know, um, just don't isolate yourself. That's one of the main things I can tell you is do not isolate yourself locked in a room. That's only going to serve you worse. So you need to put yourself out there and get out, whether that be dating if you're ready for that, and if you're not ready for that, then that's fine. Just work on yourself, work on healing, and sort of rebuilding that until the time that you're ready. So again, this is a big part of what I do with my clients, and I just encourage you to not give up, not lose hope, and you'll get there. Wherever it is however you want to envision your life and your future, don't think that it's not possible, because it is. I'm a living example. Where I am now, what I have, the blessings that I have, and where I've yet to be is a perfect example that if I can do it, then so can you, and anybody can. So that being said, I'll leave you with that. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.